Hello and welcome to this training session of inclusive leadership. I'm DaWei Liu. In today's tutorial, we look at what being an inclusive leader to mean, especially for disability inclusion in workplaces. Inclusive leadership is a process by which workers are valued, respected, and encouraged to leverage their ability regardless of their disability. For this reason, inclusive leadership is a critical practice that organizations ought to embrace. In this video, theoretical framework of inclusive leadership and ways will also be discussed. Inclusive leadership is defined by the capacity to establish structure where people of different backgrounds are encouraged and valued. Observe that leaders who express themselves as inclusive are also open, accessible, and available in their nature. This encourages people to feel that they belong and they are safe to share their thoughts as they when they so wish. Now, let us focus on disability inclusion. According to Collier and Bluyer, people with disability have challenges when seeking employment. To begin with, other than barriers of accessibility, there is also discrimination based on its inaccessibility. The society model of disability mentioned by Olivier established that disability is a result of barriers put in place by society and not because the person has an impairment. An inclusive leader should remove these barriers and create an enabling environment. Stone and Collier agree with the notion of adopting and promoting policies that clearly address sections of Americans with Disability Act, but go further to assert that inclusive organization leadership encompasses the practice of affirmative actions that enable and encourage employees with disability to work in the organization by providing reasonable accommodation and understood them to mean the customized of working environment for those with a disability and those who would prefer some flexibility at work. Next is a practical recommendation for inclusive leaders. Based on our review of the literature, here are some evidence-based strategies for inclusive leaders to consider. First is to promote accessible communication. All communication should be in accessible formats given by organizations should ensure that the various methods of communication are to the disabled person inclusive. Second is to implement flexible work policies. Provide alternative such as community, flexible schedule, or part-time employment, because these options are known to boost employees' certification and retention when they have a disability. Third is provide regular training. Disability awareness and sensitivity training should be conducted to let the employees understand the different types of disability and the necessity of incorporation of the disabled into society. Next is conduct regular accessibility audit. conduct annual assessments of workplace accessibility for people and other structure, technological, and architectural system to find and remove disability barriers. Last is engage in active listening and inclusive dialogue. Ensure that employees with disabilities can share their voice. This means that employees with disability shall feel free and comfortable to express her issues that affect him or her in the working environment. And this will increase the chance of having solutions that meet his or her disabilities. To enhance disability inclusion, the inclusive leaders should look out for organizations that offer the expertise needed. For instance, the Australian Network on Disability that has valuable tools like workplace modification guides and consultancy services, among others, while job access, providing employers with support services, funding, and resources for enhanced disability inclusions. So, to sum up, inclusive leadership implies that the leader is to engage in a long-term process of promoting the concept of diversity, equality, and inclusion within the company's environment for each of the proposed strategy to be successfully implemented. And for the organizations that are struggling with the issue to receive professional assistance, the leadership should cooperate with such organizations. Let's make the future of our modern society more inclusive. Please note that a detailed reference list is attached, citing all the academic sources used in this presentation, along with a full transcript and a handout of everything covered in this video. Thank you for your attention and commitment to fostering an inclusive workplace. Let's continue to lead with empathy, awareness, and action towards inclusivity. Thank you.